took the life of his girlfriend, then being exposed as gay for twerking, and the video getting millions of views before he decided to get revenge only months later, taking someone's life, throwing away his $1 million record deal, and essentially throwing away his life. Back in
like, is it worth it? Like, dude, why would you twerking? So you throw away your life for a video of you twerking? Boom, boom. Yeah.
2020, Kshordy survived a fatal shooting that took the life of his then girlfriend after the shooters believed Kshordy killed one of their brothers days before. And Nandi Weich was a 17-year-old high school cheerleader who was dropping off her then boyfriend Kshordy after a dinner date. But what she didn't know was how dangerous the 19-year-old was. Just 2 days before, Swift Jit from Double O, a rival gang, was shot multiple times outside of his house, dying. The next day, Kshordy's house was shot up. So Kshordy was alleged to have been involved in a murder at only 19 years old. The very next day, his house gets blazed, and for some reason the day after that, he thought it was safe to go on a date. So he went out with his girlfriend, not knowing the same shooters who shot his house up the day before would be sitting in a car waiting for him to get back. Spotting his girlfriend's new vehicle, they began shooting it up, immediately killing her while attempting to kill him. It was revenge for Swiftjit, and Kshordy's girlfriend paid the price. The following year, Kshordy would be exposed for twerking in a rival rap video that hit over 12 million views, and the embarrassment would allegedly be the motive behind him committing a triple shooting, killing a rival rapper, and going live on Instagram.
But it's not that serious, brother. You could do, I mean, if you did it as a joke or something, like because your shirt was rolled up, you could have took your shirt off and you look like a kid, so I guess these men's prides really be hurt, huh? I wouldn't get no fuck.
To brag about it. In 2021, Spinner Bands made drill history after dropping Who I Smoke. 58 million views.
Hey, that's crazy. I did not even know that was him. That's crazy. And this is my song. This is my bop. It's probably because when I listen to this, I'm only thinking about Young and Ace. That's probably why. I did not even realize who else was even on the song.
Plenty of Dead dissed. He had a target on his head and didn't give a fuck because 2 months later he dropped I Don't Smoke Kendre. In the video he'd say, Therese twerking in the bathroom, look y'all, he's so gay. He'd show an old video of Kshordy, whose real name is Therese.
The boy with the Young and Ace is not K. I thought that was Kshordy. My bad. I'm paid lock in. You not
Wow, in high school with his shirt tied up like the sissies off the Longest Yard. But this wasn't the only sus activity from Kshordy, and Spinner Bands was on a mission to expose it all. But this apparently lit a fire inside of Kshordy, and he was out for revenge.
That's why you gotta be careful what you do. Like, these little boys be thinking that stuff is cute. Like, who be doing that? Like, Deshae, Rakai, Almighty J, like, they be thinking that's to be fake gay, sus, whatever. They be thinking that that's so funny. Speed, and the kids just be following behind it thinking that it's cute and it's funny, and it's really not. Because if you're not gay, you know, how is that funny? But boys do, like, think that gay stuff is funny.
In September of 2021, just 4 months after being exposed, Kshordy would allegedly carry out an ambush-style attack alongside his co-defendant Zacoby Sykes, aka Tufo. They'd pull up in a black Range Rover, opening fire on a Dodge Charger parked outside of a gas station. Rival Jacksonville drill rapper Spinner Bands was driving, while his associates Greenlight and No Face were passengers. When shots rang out, Spin and Greenlight ran for cover inside of the gas station, while No Face was left lifeless after a bullet hit his head. The shooters sped off. Spinner Bands rushed his friend to the hospital, but No Face would be pronounced dead. And just recently, the state introduced new evidence where they're saying, look, he's guilty. Apparently, Kshordy and Tufo went live on Instagram 45 minutes after the triple shooting.
Can we all say collectively, idiots? That's the new age gangsters, y'all. Do a crime and tell on yourself.
Bragging that they just caught 2 M's.
I was want to cap on my name like Shorty don't be out the roof. Say, right when I'm thinking I see the little nigga. Damn, I been tripping on 4. Ain't the same little nigga that was smoking on 8 and had something to do with little bro. Same little nigga that said TayySzn was gay and had something to do with little bro. Drilling and clutching. I do this shit like it's nothing. This nigga done crashed out. Drilling and rushing. Hop out the guy, he gushing. Let's see who bad now, nigga. Fuck boy. They put up on him. I ain't gonna lie, niggas roll the baseball bat though. Ain't gonna keep on these niggas out the park, man. Play golf with this bitch, whatever you wanna do. Man, what's happening, nigga?
Slow down. You had a million views on YouTube. What you
gang, how you feel?
You didn't call it M, cuz.
Hey, bro, talk that shit, bro. Don't, hey.
How do it feel? How does it feel?
Talk to the mic. Talk to the mic.
Hey, nah. Chill out. Hey, I'm finna come get all of them.
How does it feel, cuz?
Y'all know y'all be quick to say, oh, niggas ain't, let me hit that.
We just hit 2 M's in one day.
2 M's, cuz.
2 M's in a day.
In one day.
In one fucking day.
What else hit a M?
How you do that?
Gucci man,
Niggas ain't doing that.
Wait,
damn.
what else hit a M?
2
What else
M's
hit
in
a
one
M?
day, man.
Damn, like Gucci say, damn.
Now, the state is claiming an M stands for murder, the defense is claiming an M stands for 1 million views, and the state is firing back saying Kshordy went live just 45 minutes after the triple shooting that left No Face dead, and apparently it was rumored Spin had died too, so they were under the impression they killed 2 people. To back that claim, just 2 months after the shooting, TayySzn dropped a song titled Badass Day. He described the pain and guilt that forever scars him while giving small details into what took place. Taking a look at the chorus, Spin would say, rumors through my city say I'm dead, call the coroner. I hear shooting through my window, this a switch, this ain't normal. These lyrics would give context to rumors going through the city that Spin was killed, which could have been the reason Kshordy thought they caught 2 M's. Spin would also state he heard a switch, the rapid but inaccurate machine gun fire that essentially saved his life. Lyrics would continue on saying, I'm having a badass day. My mama said I should be happy, I could be, but I ain't. Ma, I'm trying to be, but they say my homie dead, he ain't make it. Ma, I tried to get him to the hospital to save him. How the fuck they say I don't love Xavier? Spin would be describing Survivor's guilt and addressing how many accused him of leaving No Face, aka Xavier Mays, for dead when he ran into the gas station. But Spin would refute these claims, saying he tried to get him to the hospital to save him, so how could they say he doesn't care? Now, this is one of the craziest curveballs I've ever heard in drill history. Kshordy, the alleged shooter, had his lawyer subpoena TayySzn, one of the 3 victims, so that Spin could testify in court that Kshordy didn't do it. This was an awkward attempt at trying to make his ops keep it real, but TayySzn would refuse to say anything at all. After being charged with murder, 2 attempted murders, and shooting or throwing missiles, Kshordy was looking like a Duval demon, but he'd Gucci man his career after it was exposed that he was snitching, full-blown cooperating against the same ops that he was trying to kill. Paperwork would drop showing Kshordy sat down with police and identified Rolling Ball by name and circling his picture as the one who shot him and killed his girlfriend. Ball would later be...
Are y'all okay? Either y'all want to be gangsters or not. Like, I don't know. These new age YNs is different. They different. Well, you can't even say new age because they ain't Gucci snitching, they say. So,
sentenced to life in Florida State Prison for murder, 5 attempted murders, 2 shootings, and weapons charges, all tied to trying to kill Kshordy. Already sentenced to 12 years on weapons charges, Kshordy still faces trial for his murder case, and with the amount of time that's passed, he has enemies that want him dead on the streets and enemies he put in prison that can't wait until he gets sentenced. But he's still never been charged for killing Swiftjit, even though his brother identified him as the shooter. Kshordy was close to signing a $2 million record deal, and instead of focusing on escaping the streets he came from, he dove head first, crashing out on Spinner Bands for calling him gay.
Right.
He went live after a murder, literally rapped lyrics about being called gay, and stood on it like it was Get Back. The stupidest shit I've ever seen. He was 9 times out of 10 the closest his entire bloodline's ever been to being rich, and threw it all away just to not kill who he wanted and be facing forever in prison. His final pretrial date is scheduled on April 30th, 2026, and following that will be his trial. Now, a lot of these gangs in Jacksonville are clicked up, and Kshordy is from 6 Block, the same hood as Julio Fulio. No Face, the man Kshordy allegedly killed, is from 1200, the same gang that would take the life of Julio Fulio. All of this shit comes back full circle. And I mean, if I'm being completely honest, no disrespect intended, not that I give a fuck either way, but I would expect you to crash out and throw it all away about your girlfriend that got killed in front of you. A shooting in which you got shot and she died in the car next to you. But not that one. You crashed out after Spinner Bands called you gay, showed you with your shirt tied up, twerking, and pretending to do some other things. You crashed out over that situation.
Right,
and went after Spinner Bands.
That's because it must be true. That's why. It hurt his soul. It hurt his soul.
It's because I'm sure with 12 million views, that was even more embarrassing. Now your manhood was targeted and you gotta prove to everybody that you're this savage, you're not gay. I don't know if you are or you're not, but if you were, you could have just been yourself. And if you weren't, people write it off as, oh, he was in high school, he was just doing jokes, whatever. All right, well, that shit comes back to bite you in the ass, no pun intended, when you want to dive into the streets and be respected as a killer. So essentially, you set yourself up.
Right.
You were being a kid, doing whatever you wanted to do, but then you wanted to jump into the streets. And when you jumped into the streets,
my thing is, what was the point for him to record that and send it out however somebody else got it?
People brought up the things you used to do, and now your pride and your ego got involved so bad that you allegedly went and committed a triple shooting, hit somebody in their head, and 45 minutes later got on live to talk about it, to brag about it, thinking you killed Spinner Bands. You even said on live, oh, what do you say? Tariq's gay, like, you know, you bragging that you got Get Back for them calling you gay. Completely washed whatever $2 million record deal you might have got. You're facing forever in prison. Almost everybody you know is dead. He's got Bibby tattooed on his neck. Fulio got killed. The whole 6 Block is basically gone. Even his enemies. You know, that's the thing. Like, when you go years down the line and drill, almost everyone either dies or goes to prison. The street conflict dies out because all the players aren't even there anymore. But where they are at is inside a prison, waiting for you to go to prison. As big as Florida is, it's the 3rd largest prison system in the US. It's not hard to find somebody. At every single compound, somebody's gonna be from Jacksonville. And the thing is, Rolling Ball, your enemy, who you said shot you, he's been in there for a minute. He's had time to get to know people. He's had time to build his face. And with that being said, if you hit the Department of Corrections, you can best believe they're most likely gonna try to have a keep away order, especially if you tell them you need one. But the way Florida works, it's so easy for people to communicate to different prisons. Things get done. It's serious in there. He's gonna go in there with a target on his back 100%. And the thing is, I didn't read any paperwork saying that Rolling Ball snitched, but we read paperwork saying Kshordy did, which means Kshordy's not gonna be allowed to gangbang. Kshordy's not gonna be in there claiming Cutthroat, which is the Jacksonville prison gang. He ain't gonna be able to go in there and claim Cut. He ain't gonna be able to go in there and claim 6 Block. There's no 6 Block in prison. The thing is, when you go to prison, if you're not joining the big gangs like Blood, fucking GD, King, Zoe, if you're not in a big gang like that, because the Crips don't have numbers, that's why they didn't get included. You're gonna be in like a neighborhood or a city gang, right? So Orlando, they'll stick together. Tampa, they'll stick together. Miami will stick together, but really Miami, Palm Beach, and Broward all click up together and call themselves down south. Jacksonville has the Cutthroats, which originated from New Orleans. With his history, he's not gonna be good on any compound. And that's just something that he's gonna have to deal with. He's gonna have to live with. He's gonna have to crash. He's gonna have to go PC, whatever the situation is. That gangster shit doesn't stop when you go to prison. That's when it really starts, because why are you gonna stop following the rules once you've thrown your entire life away?
Crazy.
That's not how it works. Now, you get to sit and think about all the shit you was doing, all the things you were trying to prove. And not for nothing, whether he was gay or not, he's gonna see some gay gangsters in prison that take ass and take names and don't give a fuck and will hand you a knife and say, let's go knife for knife about that ass. Shit is crazy. It's 10 Naughty Jake.
Hell no.
I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That last statement is crazy. But hey, you signed up for it. You gotta be a man, gotta do what you gotta do. You wanna tell, or you wanna be in the streets, you wanna be a civilian, or you wanna be a gangster. You gotta pick one. You can't be both. It don't work like that.